Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Thursday, the 5th of March, 2026. Beginning, as always, here with the synoptic picture. That's midday yesterday. It took quite a while to clear yesterday. That fog was very, very persistent, but the high pressure did come home and give us a very, very good afternoon and early evening, despite the slightly poor visibility. Overnight, that high pressure is moving slightly further away to the east, and this series of lows to the northwest of the UK are moving a little bit closer with a cold front and occlusion here, just approaching the coast of Ireland. By midday today, that occlusion has sort of combined with that cold front and is now approaching the western coast of the UK, and we can expect that to hit some point overnight, perhaps earlier tomorrow morning. Low pressure now the dominant feature just down there off sort of coast of Brittany there, but a fairly defined ridge of high pressure here working its way in, although more low pressure to the west as well. So looking into tomorrow, so evidence of that front passing, giving us some poor weather with this warm front as well. And that ridge of high pressure sort of getting suppressed by this very deep low, then it's 954 to the north with this significant front, and that's pushing it down. And although leading to some high pressure with a warm front on Saturday. So some slightly more unsettled weather coming for the next few days, but it should still be flyable for the majority. Satpic, you can see no significant clouds in the south of the UK, a little bit reflecting that front there, like we saw in the synoptic. And of course, nothing on the rain radar that is of concern to us. Looking at the rain prediction, just running that through hour by hour. See showery activity coming from the south, but not really expecting that to cause us any issues. Passing quite close to the west, but should be dissipating and moving clear. And nothing for the remainder of the flying window. And you can see that front starting to work its way a little bit closer and later into this evening. The taphodium, they're showing 150 degrees, 6 knots today, so a light southeasterly, visibility of greater than 10 kilometers with few clouds at 4,000 feet. That's much improved on what we've seen in previous days. Farnborough, they're showing similar, although slightly northeasterly actually, or east-northeasterly, 080 knots with 10 kilometers visibility, few clouds at 2,000 feet, and a prob 30 of reduced visibility this morning. Winds aloft, they're showing southerly or southeasterly about 20 knots, both to the south and north of us. So we can expect that southerly or broadly southerly flow fairly moderate at flying height. Surface winds, you can see here a south or easterly flow across the airfield there, although really rather light. Looking at the local Met Office forecast showing us only around 7 knots there. Gusting potentially up towards 15, but fairly manageable. Low humidity, or relatively low humidity compared to what we've been seeing, and that's reducing throughout the day. And fairly moderate temperatures, more or less agreeing with GFS, around 15 degrees in the warmest part of the day, and it will feel quite warm with that light breeze and a dew point there of 10. Presently, we are up to 8.5 degrees centigrade locally with a dew point of 5.6. And that's the view on the south side looking to the west. You can see lovely blue skies with a moderate southeasterly breeze. Cross section here from Skysight, no significant cloud expected at all today, with a very, very brief period of some convection between, well, I say not so brief, but a very weak period of conversion here between about 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock, potentially up to maybe 1,000 feet, 1,500 feet, but it's really not anything that's usable. No times, nothing of great significance for the local flying given the forecast. So we'll move on to flight bookings. It's 2 K21s today for booked flying, a K13 for the casual list, and a K13 for trial lessons should it be required. There's plenty of single-seater availability this morning and this afternoon, and there's one on the casual list. Nothing to report with regards to movements this morning. And in general summary, we've got low pressure to the south with relatively stable air mass, and therefore not expecting much, if any, soaring. Be a light to moderate south-southeasterly flow across the airfield, and therefore we will operate runway 09, still launching off the hard and with cables on the south side. As always, do not land or taxi across the disused runways shown here in red, and there is our airfield set up with the winch on winching off the south tarmac, aerating north the centre line, and landing on the grass either side. That's all from me this morning. We'll see you out there very shortly. Let's make the most of today's good weather and keep it safe. Thank you.